A boardroom brawl that's crippled one of Australia's favourite charities has come to a head, with celebrated Dr Catherine Hamlin moving to cut ties with the organisation that raises money for her work. Dr Hamlin's hospital has saved the lives of thousands of African women. But as 7:30 recently revealed, its fundraising efforts have stalled due to a bitter split between Dr Hamlin and the Australian board. Sarah Dingle and Tracy Bowden prepared this report.
Ethiopian farmer Tamima Usman is recovering from a life-saving operation.
She laboured for 2 days.
Yes.
2 days.
After the birth of her 10th child, she developed an obstetric fistula, a dangerous condition which results in incontinence.
Terrible tragedy.
Yeah.
For a year, she lived with the pain and the shame. Finally, she's found relief after surgery performed by Dr Catherine Hamlin and her team.
So she was easy to repair.
But as 7:30 revealed 2 weeks ago, the program which helped Tamima and the other women in this ward has become embroiled in an ugly corporate stoush.
We can't carry on our work with a clear mind and feel happy about it if we've got all this fighting going on in Australia.
Catherine Hamlin has demanded the resignations of 3 Australian board members, including the chair.
If Catherine doesn't see these resignations that she has requested really specifically quite some time ago now, she has decided that she will start a new fund in Australia.
The dispute began in Ethiopia when the local board of Dr Hamlin's charity moved to instill a hardline Christian approach. As a result, that board was removed. In response to that dismissal, the Australian board halted all fundraising.
So I feel that they've done this as a means of trying to take control and also to impose their will upon my will.
The suspension of fundraising baffles those trying to help.
I was gobsmacked. I couldn't understand why a charity wouldn't want to accept funds. I just couldn't believe it.
In Alice Springs, midwife Bernadette Lack is a passionate supporter of Catherine Hamlin's work. Last month, she decided to run a marathon to raise funds for the hospital and rang Hamlin Fistula Australia.
I was informed that they were currently consumed with issues in Ethiopia and that they wouldn't be able to accept my donation and that I needed to donate the money that I raised to another charity.
I found out about the donor being knocked back and told to take her money elsewhere, and then it was on for young and old.
For Lucy Perry, the board's rejection of the marathon money was the last straw. She's managed communications for Dr Hamlin for years and is now her official spokesperson in Australia.
She's 88. She wants to be concentrating on surgery and her clinical cases and a new CEO starting at the hospital, not a bun fight in Australia.
I feel their behaviour has not been loyal to us and it's been very, very upsetting.
Richard Hamlin is a trustee of his mother's hospital in Ethiopia.
Either they support Dr Hamlin and this institution 100% or they don't. And for the last 6 or 8 months, they've shown complete disloyalty.
She had also inaccessible rate.
The Hamlins' confidence in the Australian board has fallen so low, they've asked the federal government's AusAid to stop channeling millions of dollars through the Australian fundraising office. However, AusAid says it considers the dispute an internal affair and has no plans to redirect funding.
If I was a member of AusAid or had any influence inside AusAid, I would feel a bit uneasy about funneling the amount of money they're giving Hamlin Fistula Ethiopia through a board which, certainly for the time being, is dysfunctional and is run by certainly a chair and two or three supporters inside that board that have a very ambivalent attitude towards Dr Hamlin and really to the whole institution here.
The conflict has reached boiling point. Dr Catherine Hamlin now says she'll walk away from the Australian group she co-founded and create a new company with a new board of directors.
Well, we'll start another board somewhere else and stop that one altogether. But I feel that we'll soon have a board in Australia that is a loyal board and that will just be able to take the funds.
Hamlin Fistula Australia put out a statement today saying it'll call a special general meeting to resolve differences of opinion about the composition of the board. Late this afternoon, Dr Catherine Hamlin declared she has no faith in that process. She's now resolved to withdraw authority for Hamlin Fistula Australia to fundraise in her name. Bernadette Lack is forging ahead with her fundraising mission. She's been given a personal guarantee by Lucy Perry that all the money she raises will go straight to Ethiopia.
I'm just running for the women and girls of Ethiopia, and now that I know the money's going through to Ethiopia, I'm passionate about completing the run and still raising much needed funds and awareness for the organisation.
In Ethiopia, Catherine Hamlin says the hospital too is still running and her work will continue.
I'm very, very grateful to all the people in Australia that have sent emails to us here to tell us that they want to go on helping us. And the loyalty of the Australian public has been so wonderfully refreshing to our spirits here. And I want to thank them very much from my heart.
And 7:30 approached Hamlin Fistula Australia, but our requests for an interview was declined.